What would you say to those who are just kind of overly critiquing the film at this point? You've worked so hard on it.
Hold on.
All right.
And if you disagree with the sentiment, I don't need your business. Thanks.
Weird.
Behind the scenes, you guys know as well as I do that those executives like Spielberg are looking at that saying, Rachel Zegler can F right off.
The producers, far left-wing activists in Hollywood, are turning on her, and Disney has canceled all of Rachel Zegler's appearances on their media platforms. Kind of tough.
I truly do believe that. There's something wrong with her. She's disturbed, she's unhappy, and she thinks it's about feminism and the patriarchy and about abortion. But the reality is she's just not stable.
Rachel is literally the star of a Disney movie, and she acts like she's some sort of victim. And that's the sort of mentality that is just poisoning people's minds. Like, she acts like her life is so bad.
But you don't seemingly like your own character, so she comes off as an insufferable, whiny brat.
Rachel Zegler, like so many kids raised on TikTok, she's all for infantada is the only global solution.
Now, I'm guessing that she's not married. I'm guessing that she doesn't have kids. The movie is a complete disaster, by the way.
Have they ever thought about maybe like a little bit of like, I don't know, vulnerability study, opposition research, that sort of thing, before you go and hire some Zoomer who's a lunatic?
And they postponed the release of this thing, Ben, for a year because their star, Rachel Zegler, was so unlikable.
Saying that audiences will always line up to see her no matter what she does.
Every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
You know what's interesting about all this is that the only person waiting in line to see Snow White was Rachel Zegler.
Rachel Zegler has suddenly gone radio silent, just days after reports emerged that Disney asked her to cough up cash over the catastrophic Snow White debacle. The actress, who's been at the heart of non-stop controversy, has now completely disappeared from the public eye. No interviews, no social media updates, nothing but silence. And here's where things get even more interesting. Multiple sources claim she boarded a flight and jetted off to Dubai. Now, everyone's left wondering the same thing. What is she trying to escape, and what exactly is she trying to shield?
Every time she speaks, she gets less likable. There's some clip of her on the internet in her Snow White outfit saying, every hour I am in the outfit of Snow White wearing the dress. All 18 hours, I deserve to be paid for every single one. Oh, really? Are you having trouble paying your bills, Rachel? Did Steven Spielberg not pay you for your role in West Side Story? Did Disney fail to give you a healthy paycheck for, like, cry me a river? She's just exactly everything that we can't stand.
I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess. I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
Fans are shocked. Hollywood insiders are in a frenzy. And Disney? Apparently livid. Rachel Zegler's sudden disappearance follows a wave of intense backlash, viral outrage, and mounting legal issues. Sources claim Disney executives were already mulling over serious actions, everything from enforcing morality clauses to cutting her bonuses. And interviews, no red carpets, just complete silence. Now, the burning question, is this a simple break, or is it a carefully calculated escape? What's adding fuel to the fire? The timing. Zegler vanished right after reports surfaced about an emergency meeting at Disney to determine if she's the one responsible for the Snow White disaster.
Then they had to hire a special media consultant for her to follow her around all the time and make sure she didn't continue shitting on Snow White and the prince and young love and women who want to get married and Steven Spielberg, the executive producer of her previous movie, and white people who she claims wanted to know if she was really a Latina on her first movie.
Alex, what has been the reaction to Disney's latest expensive own goal?
Well, the reaction has been absolutely horrible. It is the worst box office from a Disney live action remake that they've ever done.
I mean, they're projected to lose between $200 and $400 million on this.
Some speculate that the studio is preparing for legal action, while others think quiet negotiations might already be underway. But Zegler's silence, coupled with her sudden overseas move, has fans questioning, is she just avoiding the media, or is she trying to flee something much more serious, like potential legal trouble?
What would you say to those who are just kind of overly critiquing the film at this point? You've worked so hard on it.
Hold on.
All right.
Here's where it gets strange. Her team claims she's simply taking a break, But online sleuths aren't convinced. Deleted posts, jet trackers, and a completely wiped schedule. Something doesn't add up. And no one knows when, or even if, she'll return. Meanwhile, Disney is in full-blown panic mode after the disastrous Snow White flop. Insiders say the studio could lose up to $250 million. Now, there's growing speculation that they're pressuring Rachel to help cover the fallout.
This woman shown here is not the actual woman playing Snow White, but the woman playing Snow White is named Rachel Zegler. And she and Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen, were caught on the red carpet. This is actually from September of 2022, but it's resurfaced now because the movie's coming out, talking about what we should expect from Snow White.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
Oh my God.
Nobody
Who
wants
wants
that.
a movie about true love? What kind of woman do we want out there seeking true love, Eliana? It's the outrage.
Insiders reveal that tensions erupted following the film's opening weekend. Disney reportedly held a secret meeting to decide whether Rachel Zegler's controversial behavior had violated her contract. From mocking the 1937 classic to pushing political agendas, her press tour caused significant backlash.
We've been in a full meltdown about this girl for a couple of years now, and how they had her tweet out like a little, "Yay, Snow White, can't wait, so excited, I love to play her." And she did it and got like millions of views, and they were like, "Good job, Rachel." And then she, like minutes later, followed it up with, "And never forget, free Palestine."
And isn't her co-star Jewish?
Yes.
Yes, Gal Gadot, whatever.
Gadot. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
They tried, they flew an executive, one of the producers, out to go visit personally with Rachel Zegler to say, "Could you please take that down? Because we understand you can have your political views, but those aren't really helpful while you're trying to build an audience for a movie. Maybe you could save them for like your diary and your friends, but like maybe not, maybe just take the tweet down." And she wouldn't.
It wasn't just bad interviews. She may have violated promo rules. Now, Disney is rumored to be considering taking back her bonuses, canceling deals, or even demanding repayment. One executive reportedly stated that she burned down a billion-dollar brand with her own words, and no one in the room disagreed.
You know, I don't need your business. You know what? Maybe Disney does. Maybe you're a tool, you're a pawn in this film. You didn't write it. You didn't direct it. You have nothing to do with the creation of Snow White. Right. You should shut up and do—
While Rachel Zegler hides out overseas, escaping her own disaster, something unexpected is happening back home. A movie made of pixel blocks. Yep, Minecraft, just dropped and completely stole the spotlight.
You can't tell me Minecraft is the worst movie of 2025 when Snow White exists. That's right.
When we look, you can see families were more than willing to go to the box office to support something like the Minecraft movie, while Rachel Zegler's Snow White continues to plunge.
Critics mocked it, and no one expected it, but fans turned up in droves. Now, the Minecraft movie is raking in money, like crazy. Let's break down how this unexpected blocky adventure crushed Rachel's so-called fairy tale and left her scrambling to hide.
She's literally the only person there. And do you not understand how humiliating this is? Meanwhile, the experience at Minecraft goes something like this.
Minecraft in the United States in one weekend made more money than Snow White has made globally after 3 weekends. That's how bad it is right now.
Rachel Zegler completely lost it after seeing the opening numbers for the Minecraft movie and realizing it completely outperformed Snow White at the box office. You won't believe this. Disney basically set itself on fire and handed the win to a bunch of pixelated blocks. That's right. While the House of Mouse kept pushing its messy live-action Snow White, Minecraft swooped in and wiped the floor, making Disney's latest flop look like a cringy high school project on YouTube.
So, It got destroyed at the box office. Here's the box office numbers. The Minecraft movie made $60 million on Saturday. Snow White made $2 million.
And of course, this weekend, Minecraft came out, which has absolutely dominated the box office, done significantly better than analysts even projected. And now we're finding out that Snow White has officially crossed $160 million.
Critics were certain Minecraft would crash and burn. They called it too simple, too childish, and way too blocky to ever succeed in theaters. But guess what? The movie exploded with a massive $300 million global opening, turning all those so-called expert predictions into a joke. Meanwhile, Snow White barely scraped together $77 million after weeks in theaters. Yep, you heard that right. Even with Disney's massive marketing push and endless hype, the movie flopped hard, like, let's pretend this never happened kind of bad.
You know the saying, go woke, get broke, and Disney's going to lose money on this movie. And I believe it only made less than $1 million in China.
No one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie.
Every way that Disney changed the story, it changed it for the worse.
Here's the real kicker. Disney thought they could coast on nostalgia and ignore every warning fans gave them. Turns out, trashing your own fairy tale isn't the best way to sell movie tickets. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Stick around, because what's coming next includes full-blown boardroom panic, wild blame games, and a lead actress who somehow forgot she's playing one of the most iconic characters in movie history.
Over 157 million while earning another 144 million internationally. The Minecraft video game was introduced in 2011 and sold more than 300 million copies. So it actually has a fan base, user base, people that care about it. In theory, Snow White should as well. Snow White's the movie that made Disney, the studio. They should have been more cautious and careful with their own IP. It's $1 billion IP. The Disney Snow White, faithfully adapted, would have made $1 billion.
Some showings were so loud, it felt more like a rock concert than a movie. No joke. Things got so out of hand that the cops had to show up and escort a few kids out because they were just having way too much fun.
Okay, and the cops had to escort the rowdy teenagers out. The Minecraft movie is doing something magical. It's creating a live audience reaction event where people are going to just be part of something to interact with the movie itself. The kind of thing that really creates like a kinetic movement.
And guess who's front and center in the voice cast? Jack Black. Yeah, he's said some wild stuff over the years, but when it comes to bringing big laughs and high energy, the guy delivers. He knows how to pack theaters. Audiences instantly connected with the movie's fun, lighthearted vibe and loved how it actually stayed true to the spirit of the game, something Disney probably should have done with Snow White. And here's the kicker. Critics gave it a weak 40% on review sites, but real people? They gave it a solid 87%. That says it all. You can see it right here.
You can see here the Minecraft movie is 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, 87% audience score. That's kind of all that matters because these people pay the bills, these people don't. Teens in suits shouting lines, cheering, like it was a concert. Check out the energy, unreal. Disney Snow White is flopping hard. Why did Minecraft win? Because they stayed true to their actual audience. If Disney had made a faithful adaptation to the original Snow White, it would have made $1 billion.
While Minecraft continues to break records and bring families together, Rachel Zegler is hiding overseas, watching everything crumble. The internet hasn't moved on, things are only getting worse. Social media is picking apart her apology, comparing it to past PR scandals, with many feeling it wasn't even her words, but a legal team's attempt to fix a PR disaster. Fans say the apology felt cold, scripted, and emotionless, like a corporate memo. Instead of calming the backlash, it fueled it. Behind the scenes, insiders say Rachel is devastated, overwhelmed by how quickly things turned. She was once Disney's chosen one, but now her team is splitting on how to handle it. Some want her to fight back, others suggest laying low for years. Meanwhile, Minecraft, a simple game of blocks, dominates the headlines and crushes the box office, while Disney Snow White flops harder than anyone expected. The studio, once untouchable, is fumbling badly, and Rachel has become the face of that failure. Her comments about the original story, her jabs at the prince, and her dismissive tone all added up. Now, Disney's distancing itself as Rachel faces the fallout. What's next for her? Will she bounce back, or is this headed for a full-blown legal fight? One thing's for sure, her silence speaks louder than any apology ever could. This story isn't over yet.